There is a certain kind of person in life who, no matter how bright your light shines, will always focus on the shadows. They are the ones who never seem to see your potential. They look at your dreams and shake their heads in disbelief. They say things like, "It's too difficult," "You'll never make it," or "Why even try?" Their words are heavy, and if you let them, they will weigh down your spirit until your own faith begins to falter. These people are the constant doubters, and they are more dangerous than you might imagine, because they do not only doubt you, they make you doubt yourself. The truth is, everyone encounters doubters at some point. The world itself is full of skepticism, and even the people closest to you can sometimes fall into this trap. But the difference between those who succeed and those who remain stagnant is simple. The ones who succeed refuse to listen to voices that tell them you can't. They understand that doubt is a seed that, if watered, will grow into fear, indecision, and regret. And those who refuse to remove it from their lives allow these seeds to take root, giving power to words that have no authority over their destiny. Think for a moment about the dreams you carry in your heart. The vision of your future, the goals that keep you awake at night, the hope that you can achieve something remarkable. These things are sacred. They were placed within you for a reason. They were not placed there for someone else to question or diminish. And yet every day there are voices around us trying to cloud our minds with their own limitations. They have not walked your path, they do not know your strength, and they have not felt the fire that burns in your soul. When you allow them to speak over you, you are giving their limitations more power than your own God-given potential. The key is this: you must learn to recognize these voices and remove them from your life. This does not necessarily mean cutting off every person who ever doubts you, but it does mean creating boundaries that protect your mind, your spirit, and your faith. Distance yourself from constant criticism that comes without care, from conversations that diminish your dreams, and from relationships that thrive on negativity. Give your attention to those who believe in you, who encourage you, who challenge you to rise higher without trying to hold you back. Surround yourself with those whose faith in your abilities strengthens the faith you already have. When you remove the constant doubters, something incredible happens. Your mind begins to quiet, your heart grows lighter, and your steps become firmer. You begin to hear your own voice more clearly, the voice of courage, of determination, and of destiny. You begin to understand that no one has the power to stop what is already written for you, except yourself. And when you walk in this freedom, the impossible begins to seem possible. The mountains in your life start to move, and opportunities that were once hidden appear before your eyes. Remember, the voices of doubt are not the truth. They are the echoes of fear, insecurity, and limitations that do not belong to you. Your mission in life is too important, your purpose too great, and your potential too vast to allow someone else's disbelief to define your reality. Choose today to stop listening to the doubters. Remove their words from your mind and let your faith, your courage, and your vision lead the way. Step forward boldly because your dream is waiting, and nothing, no voice, no fear, no obstacle can stop the destiny that is meant for you. There is a type of person in life who pretends to be close to you, who smiles in your presence, but whose heart harbors envy and ill intentions. These are the saboteurs, and they are perhaps the most dangerous of all, because their actions can quietly undermine your progress, your confidence, and your destiny. Unlike the doubters who speak openly, or the drainers who exhaust your energy, saboteurs work in subtle ways. They celebrate your failures and diminish your victories. They may offer advice, but it is laced with hidden discouragement. They may smile, but behind the smile is a mind that resents your success. These people have no place in your life, yet they often linger because of familiarity, obligation, or even deception. Saboteurs thrive on insecurity, both yours and theirs. They measure their worth by comparing themselves to others, and when they see someone moving forward, they cannot rejoice. Instead, they try to pull them back. They may spread rumors, plant seeds of doubt, or subtly manipulate situations to keep you from stepping into the fullness of your potential. And if you are not careful, their influence can cause hesitation in your decisions, fear in your heart, and delay in your destiny. You cannot allow someone else's jealousy to dictate the pace of your life. You cannot allow hidden agendas to block the doors that God has already opened for you. The first step in removing saboteurs from your life is awareness. Recognize the signs, the constant criticism hidden as helpful advice, the back-handed compliments, the unwillingness to celebrate your victories, or the subtle attempts to steer you away from your path. These are not accidents. These are warnings from God that your environment is being infiltrated by someone who cannot support your growth. Understand that recognizing them is not an act of paranoia. It is an act of protection. Next, take decisive action. Protect your heart, your mind, and your purpose. Distance yourself from their influence, even if it means creating boundaries or ending relationships that once felt necessary. It is not a betrayal to remove someone who seeks to betray your destiny. It is an act of faith, a declaration that you trust God's plan more than the opinions or intentions of those who cannot see your potential. Do not engage in arguments or attempts to change them. Simply remove their power over your life. The less energy you give them, the faster you will reclaim your momentum. When you remove saboteurs, you will notice a profound transformation. Fear will lose its grip, hesitation will fade, and your vision will sharpen. You will begin to walk with confidence, knowing that the only voice that truly matters is the one that aligns with your purpose and your calling. Your steps will become bold, and the opportunities that were once obstructed by their interference will flow freely into your life. Success, joy, and fulfillment are not just possibilities, they become inevitable when your path is free of those who wish to see you stumble. Remember, life is too precious to be sabotaged by people who do not have your best interests at heart. Your destiny is too important to be delayed by hidden agendas or jealousy. God has placed dreams in your heart that are meant for you alone, and no one has the authority to take them away. Choose today to remove the saboteurs from your life, to guard your spirit, and to step boldly into the life you were meant to live. When you do this, you will not only protect your purpose, you will release the blessings, favor, and miracles that have been waiting for you all along. Your journey is sacred, your vision is divine, and your success is unstoppable once you free yourself from those who secretly wish to see you fail. Step forward with courage, faith, and unwavering determination, because the life you have dreamed of is waiting on the other side of these decisions. There are people in life who seem harmless on surface. They are neither obvious doubters, constant drainers, nor direct saboteurs. Yet their presence quietly undermines your progress and dims your spirit. These are the negative influencers, and they are everywhere. They may speak words of concern, offer constant commentary on your choices, or endlessly compare your journey to others. They may not laugh at your dreams, and they may even smile when you succeed, but their energy subtly erodes your confidence. Over time, their influence seeps into your mind, making you question your own ability. Second, guess your decisions and hesitate when bold action is required. Negative influencers are particularly dangerous because they are often difficult to recognize. They appear thoughtful, careful, or even wise. They couch their words in advice and caution, and they give the impression of guidance. But listen closely to the effect of their words. Do you leave conversations with them feeling inspired, or do you leave feeling drained, uncertain, or small? Do they motivate you toward action, or do they slow your momentum with hesitation and doubt? If the answer is the latter, you are in the presence of someone whose influence is holding you back, no matter how innocent it may seem. One of the most important lessons you must learn in life is that not all opposition is loud or aggressive. Some opposition is quiet, subtle, and disguised as care. The negative influencer may tell you, "Are you sure you're ready for that?" Or maybe you should wait. Or think carefully before moving forward. While these words may appear harmless, they slowly seep into your mind and plant seeds of uncertainty. Every moment you listen to them is a moment that you could spend building your courage, sharpening your skills, and advancing toward your purpose. Life does not reward hesitation, and your dreams cannot flourish in the soil of subtle doubt. The key to dealing with negative influencers is awareness and boundaries. First, recognize their impact. Pay attention to how you feel after engaging with them. If you consistently feel unsure, discouraged, or distracted, take note. Your emotions are a compass, pointing to what is or is not beneficial in your life. Second, protect your mind. Limit your exposure to these individuals, or at the very least, do not internalize their opinions as truth. You are the keeper of your own faith, your own vision, and your own destiny. Allow no one else to dictate the path you were meant to walk. When you take control and remove or distance yourself from these subtle sources of negativity, a transformation occurs. Your confidence strengthens, your vision becomes clearer, and your decisions are made with conviction rather than hesitation. Opportunities that once seemed unreachable now feel within your grasp. Your energy is no longer dispersed trying to manage someone else's fear or doubt. Instead, your focus and determination are fully invested in what truly matters, your purpose, your growth, and your destiny. Remember, life is a gift and your mind is sacred. Do not allow subtle negativity, disguised as concern or advice, to slow your progress. Protect your heart, guard your thoughts, and surround yourself with people who build you up rather than pull you down. Every person you allow in your inner circle shapes the trajectory of your life, either toward freedom and fulfillment or toward doubt and limitation. Choose wisely, step boldly. Move forward with courage and faith, and watch how the impossible becomes inevitable when your environment supports your destiny rather than sabotages it. There is a type of person in life who is never satisfied with what you have or who you are. They constantly compare you to others, measuring your achievements against theirs or against the achievements of people around you. These are the toxic comparers, and their influence is more harmful than most realize. They do not necessarily criticize you openly, nor do they always try to stop you from succeeding. Instead, they inject subtle doubt into your heart by making you question whether you are enough. Their words and actions, even when seemingly harmless, can cause you to lose focus, second, guess your dreams, and feel less than the person God created you to be. Toxic comparers are experts at shifting attention away from your own path. They might say things like, "Why aren't you further along?" Or so did this by your age, why haven't you? At first, you may brush it off as harmless conversation, but repeated exposure to such comparisons can take a toll. Your mind begins to focus on what others have achieved rather than what you are called to do. Your energy is drained by trying to keep up with someone else's story, instead of pursuing the unique calling and purpose that belongs solely to you. And in that subtle, relentless pressure, dreams can stall and faith can weaken. The danger of these people is that they make you feel inadequate while pretending to motivate you. They disguise their jealousy or insecurity as guidance, but their true impact is to keep you questioning yourself and your abilities. They measure life by someone else's standards instead of allowing each person to grow at their own pace, and if you let them, you will start to measure yourself by their yardstick rather than by the plan that God has for your life. You must understand this. Your journey is yours alone. Your purpose, your timing, and your progress are unique to you. No one else has walked the path you are walking, and no one else has the same vision planted in your heart. When you compare your life to theirs, you allow someone else's story to dictate the rhythm of your own. And that, my friends, is a dangerous place to live. It steals your joy, undermines your confidence, and distracts you from the miracles waiting for you. The solution is both simple and profound. Remove the toxic comparers from your circle, or at the very least, refuse to let their words have power over your mind and heart. Protect your vision, guard your faith, and focus on the journey that is uniquely yours. Surround yourself with those who celebrate your progress without judgment, who inspire you without competition, and who encourage you to grow according to the purpose that has been placed in your heart. When you free yourself from the influence of these comparers, you will experience liberation unlike anything else. Your mind becomes clear, your focus sharpens, and your confidence grows. You begin to walk boldly, without hesitation, knowing that your path is yours alone. Opportunities you once thought were out of reach suddenly become attainable, because your energy is no longer spent worrying about where others are. You are now fully invested in your own story, your own calling, and your own destiny. Remember this: comparing yourself to others is a trap, a subtle thief that steals your joy and delays your blessings. Protect your heart and your mind from those who encourage comparison, and instead, invest in your vision, your faith, and your purpose. When you do, you will move forward with clarity, courage, and unstoppable momentum, knowing that your life is not measured by anyone else's standards, but by the divine plan that is uniquely yours. There is a type of person in life who seems to be by your side when everything is going well. They laugh with you, celebrate your victories, and share in the excitement of your successes. But when the storms come, when the challenges rise, and when life tests your faith, these people vanish. They are the fair weather friends, and though they may appear supportive, their loyalty is shallow. They measure their commitment not by love, care, or faithfulness, but by convenience and comfort. And when you depend on them in moments of need, you find they are nowhere to be found. Fair weather friends can be some of the most damaging influences in your life because they teach you the wrong lesson about trust and support. You begin to invest your heart, time, and energy in relationships that cannot withstand the pressures of real life. You may feel betrayed, disappointed, and even question your own judgment for trusting them. But the truth is, this is not a reflection of your worth. It is a reflection of their character. And if you allow them to remain in your life, they will continue to drain your faith, diminish your confidence, and delay your progress. These individuals are not always easy to recognize at first, because they can be charming, attentive, and seemingly caring. But look closely at the patterns of their actions. When adversity comes, do they stand by you, or do they retreat? When your dreams require bold steps, do they encourage, or do they hesitate and vanish? True friends do not abandon you in the valleys of life. They walk with you, lifting you when you stumble and cheering you on when you rise. The fair weather friends, on the other hand, are only present when your life is convenient for them, and that is not the kind of relationship that nurtures your growth or strengthens your spirit. The moment you recognize fair weather friends, you must make a conscious decision. It is not cruelty to remove them from your inner circle. It is wisdom. Protect your heart, your energy, and your purpose from people who are unreliable. Focus your time and attention on those who prove their loyalty through actions, not just words. Surround yourself with people who remain steadfast in both the triumphs and trials, people whose presence strengthens your faith, amplifies your courage, and inspires you to keep moving forward. When you distance yourself from fair weather friends, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice the true allies in your life, the ones who genuinely celebrate your victories and support you in your struggles. Your mind becomes clearer, your heart grows lighter, and your energy is no longer wasted on relationships that do not contribute to your growth. The space you create by removing unreliable people allows room for faith-filled, purposeful relationships that propel you toward your destiny. Remember, your life is too precious to be surrounded by people whose loyalty wavers like the wind. Your dreams are too sacred to be influenced by those who only show up when life is easy. True friendship, true support, and true alignment come from those who walk with you through storms, who lift you when you stumble, and who rejoice when you rise. Choose to release the fair weather friends and watch as your life transforms. You will move forward with clarity, courage, and unstoppable momentum, knowing that those who remain are there because they are meant to be, and their presence is a reflection of the blessings and faithfulness that surround you. There is a type of person in life who thrives on the energy of others. They may smile, laugh, and engage with you, but over time you begin to notice that after interacting with them, your spirit feels heavy, your motivation wanes, and your joy is diminished. These are the energy vampires, and they are unlike any other influence. They do not necessarily speak against you or doubt you openly. They do not always drain you with complaints or sabotage your efforts directly. Instead, they quietly feed on your enthusiasm, your hope, and your drive, leaving behind an invisible weight that slows your momentum and clouds your vision. Energy vampires can be deceptively charming. At first, you may even enjoy their company, thinking that you are simply spending time with a friend or colleague. But pay attention to the patterns. Notice how you feel after conversations with them. Are you uplifted, inspired, and motivated, or do you feel exhausted, frustrated, or unsettled? This feeling is a signal, a warning from your own spirit that their influence is not aligned with your growth or your destiny. Life is too short to spend your precious energy on people who consistently deplete it rather than replenish it. These individuals often thrive on attention and affirmation. They may dominate conversations, subtly steer focus toward themselves, or insist on validating their own importance at the expense of yours. While you are giving your best, your energy, and your passion, they take what they can without offering support or encouragement in return. And if you allow this pattern to continue, you will slowly lose sight of your own power, your own dreams, and your own purpose. Your energy is sacred, and it is not meant to be siphoned away by those who do not respect it. Recognizing energy vampires is the first step toward freeing yourself from their influence. Pay attention to how people make you feel, not just what they say. If someone consistently leaves you feeling depleted, anxious, or doubtful after interactions, that is a clear sign that boundaries are necessary. Your responsibility is not to exhaust yourself to maintain someone else's comfort or approval. Protect your mind, heart, and spirit. You have been entrusted with a purpose and a calling, and you cannot achieve it if your energy is being stolen by those who do not honor it. The next step is decisive action. Distance yourself from energy vampires, set firm boundaries, and refuse to let them dictate the rhythm of your life. Do not engage in endless attempts to change them or win their approval. Focus instead on those who uplift you, energize you, and inspire you to reach higher. Surround yourself with people whose presence sparks creativity, motivation, and faith, rather than doubt, frustration, or exhaustion. These relationships will multiply your energy, fuel your purpose, and propel you forward in ways that the energy vampires never could. When you remove energy vampires from your life, the transformation is remarkable. You will notice your focus sharpen, your confidence increase, and your joy expand. Opportunities that once felt distant now appear within reach because your energy is no longer dispersed on negativity. Your faith strengthens, your vision becomes clearer, and your momentum accelerates as you invest your power into relationships and endeavors that truly matter. Remember, your energy is a gift from God, a fuel for your dreams, and a vital force in fulfilling your destiny. Do not give it to those who seek to drain it for their own gain or comfort. Protect it, cherish it, and invest it wisely. Remove the energy vampires from your life, and watch how your path clears, your strength grows, and your miracles multiply. When you do this, you are not only preserving your own power, you are opening the door for blessings, opportunities, and relationships that amplify your life rather than diminish it. Step boldly, guard your energy, and move forward with unstoppable momentum. There is a type of person in life who, no matter what you accomplish, can never celebrate it. They are the habitual negators, the ones who consistently dismiss, belittle, or devalue your ideas, dreams, and achievements. Their eyes are fixed on limitations rather than possibilities. Their words, intentionally or unintentionally, chip away at your confidence, and their presence can make even the boldest dreamer hesitate. These people thrive on skepticism and pessimism. They will tell you it's impossible, that will never work, or why bother trying? And if you allow them to, their words will take root in your mind, becoming obstacles that only you can remove. Habitual negators are particularly dangerous because they disguise their negativity as realism or practicality. They are quick to point out what could go wrong, but never speak about what could go right. They claim to protect you from disappointment, but in reality they are stealing your courage, dampening your faith, and delaying your progress. Life is full of risk, challenge, and the unknown. But the difference between those who achieve extraordinary things and those who remain stuck is the ability to see beyond limitations, to take bold steps, and to persevere despite what others say. Habitual negators cannot walk that path with you. They only drag you back toward the familiar, the safe, and the mediocre. These individuals often appear logical, careful, or even concerned. They may offer constant warnings or advice, meant to steer you away from potential failure. But listen closely. The effect of their influence is always the same. You end up questioning your abilities, doubting your vision, and shrinking your dreams to fit into their world view. Every moment spent defending your aspirations to them is a moment stolen from building the very life you were meant to live. You were not created to live under the shadow of someone else's limitations. Your calling, your purpose, and your potential were given to you to pursue boldly, without hesitation. The key to dealing with habitual negators is awareness and decisive boundaries. First, recognize their influence. Pay attention to how their words affect your confidence, motivation, and faith. If their presence consistently diminishes your sense of possibility, it is a warning sign. Second, take action to protect your dreams, distance yourself from them, limit the weight you give to their opinions, and surround yourself with people who nurture possibility, faith, and courage. True allies inspire you to see what is possible, to take bold steps, and to trust in the plan that is unfolding for your life. When you remove habitual negators from your environment, the transformation is profound. Your mind becomes clear, your faith stronger, and your vision sharper. The barriers that once seemed immovable begin to crumble, and opportunities you had only dreamed of appear within your reach. You walk forward with confidence, fueled by encouragement, possibility, and the knowledge that the path before you is yours to claim. Remember, your dreams are sacred, and your potential is divine. Do not allow the habitual negators to steal your courage, shrink your vision, or delay your destiny. Life is not about proving them wrong. It is about fulfilling your purpose. Choose to release their influence, guard your mind, and embrace a life of faith, possibility, and unstoppable momentum. When you do, the impossible becomes inevitable, and your miracles begin to manifest in ways you never imagined.